Hello, and glad to have you here. Today, we're going to talk about control and how you handle that control that you have without getting lost in negativity over things that you really can't control. And I've been thinking about doing something on mindset and personal development. And this just, was something that had been on my mind, but it was really on my mind this morning after I received a call from my son. So, I just took my little notes, added a little to them, and I wanted to come and share it with you. So I know it took me because I tried to think what to say, how to help him, that kind of thing. But it's hard sometimes, especially when you're a lot younger and you haven't gone through a lot of things. I've learned over time that I've gotten better with controlling the things that I can control, and the things that I can't, I don't let them bother me to the point that it makes me lose track of what I'm doing and to stay focused and that kind of thing. So, what do you think about that? Do you have problems with that? And be honest with yourself. You don't have to, put it on here in the chat box or anything, but just be honest with yourself and see how do you handle negative things or things that you can't control, because there are certain things we can control. We can control ourselves, but we can't always control other people and other episodes and other things in life that happen to us. And in our business, majorly, there are some things that we just cannot control. So so before I go in any further into that, let me go on and introduce myself. My name is Cherie Woodard, and I help network marketers and networkers to be able to come online, use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales. And I do that in a variety of different ways. I do that by helping those that I'm trying to help to learn to attract people to them, where to find leads at, people that they want to talk to, and maybe, things work out to where it's not just a relationship, it's something that grows into be a friendship, and possibly, they may want to do what it is that you're doing because they like you so much. And the other thing is learning how to do videos, and how simple it is. And so those are some of the things that I do, and I like using updated modern strategies and tips and those things that are trending to help those people that I want to help. So that's basically what I do. What I wanna say before, because sometimes I forget towards the end, is when this video is downloaded, in the comment section, I'm gonna have some information that you can check out, and it's the top 2 anti-salesy type post or anti-spammy, whatever you wanna call it, that will actually attract people to you. So I'm gonna have that on the video when it's downloaded, and you can check it out. Now, as I was saying, my son called, and my kids, I really do kind of, depending on what it is that I'm doing, I may take a minute and see what it is that they're doing, see if it's okay. If it's not an emergency, then can we talk later because I'm about to do something, I'm working on my business. I'm in the trenches like you guys are, so I'm working on my business and building it, and then when I learn something, then I wanna turn around and teach that to you or help you to learn that, because there are a lot of things that are very complicated, and then there are a lot of things that you think are very complicated, and they're not. You just need a little help. There's one little gap, and once you get through that gap, then you're like, "Oh, I got this. I understand it now." And sometimes it happens, you know, overnight, in a week. Sometimes it takes months and longer. So, anyway, so we're talking about how to handle, and I'm looking at my notes here, how to handle things that you can't control. Now, you know that you can only control yourself. So I know that you already know that. But it gets hard when things happen and you want to be able to take control of that situation and pull it back, and you just can't. My phone call this morning with my son was that our credit card company changed, our debit card company, bank, credit union, changed our cards. They said it would be mid-November, which is just now mid-November, but mine, they changed, like, way early, and I understand why they're changing it. They're changing it because there's so much theft and, identity, takeovers and that kinda thing, so they're doing their part to help keep us safe. Um, my son, however, was not feeling that because he has bills to pay and he needs his card to pay his bills. Kids nowadays don't, I don't know about your kids, but my older son does not have a checking like he has a checking account, but not where you write checks. And so I said, why don't you just write a check for it, for your house payment or whatever. And, he sent checks, like I was something from the dark ages or whatever, but whatever, I digress. So I started trying to help him because he was fussing about, the card. Somehow, they sent them to me. I was gonna send them to him. He went to the bank the following day. They said they would take care of it, and they canceled out the other cards. And then somehow they canceled out the card that they just mailed him as well. So he's really lit and fired up and very not happy and very irritable. And I also then I said, "Well, I'm really sorry that happened to you, but, yeah, I know how that can be. I'm, scrambling to make sure that I change everything over to the new card because, it's totally different from my other one." And so anyway, I'm sorry, I'm making this story longer than it has to be. Let me go on. So, as we were talking about the card, he said, "Well, it's not just the card." He said, "The trucks were supposed to deliver our stuff, and they ended up putting it on two different trucks instead of one truck, and so it makes it harder for us to be able to get," he was just going on and on. And then I just tried to give him some advice, motherly advice. Silly me, but I hope that something stuck because I just told him, I said, you have to think, honey, about the things that you can control. There are things that you can't control. You can only control you. And you have to learn to not be upset or frustrated all the time or with certain things. You have to learn to understand that things are going to happen and they're going to test you and see, you know, uh, uh, you know, uh, and testing you, it shows can you handle this or not. If you can't, what can you do differently that would make it better for you to be able to handle. So as we were talking, he decided he had to get off the phone. He was at work, and but he was calling to check and see if I sent the cards, and I said no. When you said don't send them, I didn't send them, and I'm cutting them up. So anyway, it was hard to get him to find the good in that day or in what he's going through, to find the good, even though I kept saying you need to find the good. So let me just get off the story now. Needless to say, I pray that it does eventually, when he has time to settle down and think, that he will figure out that everything will be okay. And, there are things that you can't avoid. There's, like when my a checking account runs short, waiting for my other, for my check to come in from disability or whatever, and it just makes it difficult, but I don't stay on it. I just can't stay on it. I have to move to something positive and find the positive in my situation. I mean, I have a house, I have, a car to take me where I need to go. I have, so many things that if I look at the positive, and I didn't get to talk about gratitude to him, and I didn't think he would be able to tolerate it anyway. But let me tell you guys, the three tips that I have for you to help you, three awesome tips are: number one, control what you can control, and you can only control you. And then from there, you have to just kind of do what it is that you can do to tolerate, deal with, to find the good, and as that's my third one. Find the good in everything, because we can find the bad really easily, but it's so much better if we can find the good and keep going. Don't let the negativity stop you. Was that my okay, no, that wasn't my other one. But and these are in no particular order. So make sure that you control what you can control. Next, I had: don't let the things that you can't control bring you down, bring your day down, make you angry, make you frustrated, make you end up saying something or doing something that you really don't intend to say or do. And it comes off bad. And some people aren't as forgiving, because of something that you said or did. And then, like I said, always find the good. Those are the things that help me. I hope they help you. um, I just know that probably when I was in my early 20s, and I think I've mentioned this before, I did have some problems. I had a lot of negativity, and I didn't like it. And I started asking people that I respected and cared about and looked up to what they thought of me. They gave me their honest opinions, and from there, I started out to change myself. And I was in my early 20s, and I continue to change myself even up through to today. And however many days God gives me on this earth, I will continue to try to be the better person, to be the best person that I can be, because that's important to me. So I hope that these things helped you. I hope that my little story about my son and his, you know, upset helped a little bit, just to give you a bird's eye view of what was going on. And I had stuff to do, so I'm gonna go on and get off here. I don't wanna, take up, too much of your time. I don't like to talk too long. I'm trying to pull that back because I love to talk, that's the problem. But I wanna keep explaining over and over, so we're gonna go on and stop it. And I'm not seeing any comments or questions in the chat right now. Please remember that, you can drop where you're coming in from. You can drop whatever comments, questions, or opinions that you have in the chat, and I will get back to you. I know a lot of people might be busy right now, so and then there are a lot of people that might be sleeping because this is global. My reach is global, so there are people that are still sleeping that just want to sleep. So it's okay. But I will have the information on the video when it's downloaded in the comment section for you to check out and take advantage of. And I just found it awesome. So uh, I'm going to go on and get out of here. So wherever you are in the world, no matter what time it is for you, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, sleepy time, always make it the best that you can make it. Always be the best that you can be. God bless, God keep. And I will see you again on Tuesday. Next week's Thanksgiving. Can you believe that I didn't realize it? I thought we had another week. Busy, working, so many things going on. Just stuff, can cause you to do that. So take care. I'm going to go and get out of here. Bye now.